My dad passed away. His body wasn't strong enough and healthy enough.
For about a year, I had become an active addict again. I had a bad relapse.
3 years ago, he was starting to kind of go down the wrong path.
Ready, set, go!
So my name is Reed. I'm 8. So I have a younger brother that is 3. My mom is 34, my dad's 35. I do BMXing. I am #1 in the whole country for my age group.
Waters, Impromptu, 1 and 2. Reed Waters, the nag 1, gonna get the win. The nag 2, Impromptu.
I like doing ninja. It's fun. Some of the older kids can do more stuff than me, but I can do some stuff more than the older kids. So it's kind of even. And I think this will help me with BMXing, like strength, skill, grip, and other stuff. I was doing swimming first, and we looked at like the ninja sheet, and we're like, oh, this would be fun. So we tried ninja, and I liked it, so we kept going with it. They're good coaches. They want you to do better. They want you to get better at stuff. Makes you feel good, strong. Like it's like you accomplished like a new thing. In the ninja room, it makes me stronger, more like accomplishment. So like in BMXing, it would make me like more like I want to do this. I want to complete it. I want to do that. He's a good coach. I do private lessons with him. He teaches me a lot of new stuff. He makes me stronger and better at BMX. All doing the stuff makes me like prouder, stronger. It feels like I'm like the best.
My name is John. My kids come here to the Y. They have been since about kindergarten. Jana and her team has been phenomenal. Communication is really key, and they're on top of it. They really take the time to get to know your kids individually. It's more than just dropping your kid off and going to work. Jana actually recommended Rising Star to my daughter because it's more behaviorally focused. The teachers that participate in it have more of a background in that type of field. They're working on having fun and doing projects and things that you would do in the summertime with a twist of coping skills. And in a short amount of time, there was something gained from that, just, you know, for her socially and behaviorally. The Y is definitely an extension of our family.
I'm Kajita Fraser. I am 14 years old. I'm currently a student at Torrington High School. I'm a freshman. So I started with the Girls Empowerment Program first at the Torrington Savings Bank. It was definitely a learning experience because you would get to hear the other girls' experience about where they went to, because some girls, you know, they went to work with kids, and some girls they went to the library. So it was really intriguing hearing about the different workplaces in Torrington. After my internship, I would help Mark and Kathy walk the kids down from the YMCA to here, and I would sit in on the lessons and they would talk about things. It was a lot of what would you do in this situation and conflict resolution and how to advocate for yourself. And for the first couple of weeks, it was kind of hard getting them to participate, but I definitely saw like a shift in the kids after a couple of weeks.
So my name's Elena Knutson, and I'm 40 some odd years old, and I love the YMCA. So I have a husband, and I have a 12-year-old son and a 21-year-old daughter, and you know, they're my world. I love the culture of the YMCA. I love the community, the kindness of the people that work here and the people that work out here, that we all have the same goal, you know, to live a healthy life. I've noticed when I go and I'm in the weight room, there's a lot of high schoolers, and they're encouraging each other, and it's so nice to see the young people here caring about their health. I had worked at the Y out in Granby, and so Y was, part of my life. I just loved the YMCA, and I wanted to continue to be healthy. My dad passed away. COVID, probably would be the explanation. However, his body wasn't strong enough and healthy enough. I don't want to be that. I want my body to be strong and healthy. I feel like I'm breaking, if I can say, a generational curse of not caring about health, and I'm teaching my children that it's important and productive to take time out of life, that exercise can and should be a priority, and that health is a priority. I just love the Y because it's helped me go towards the goal of being healthy and strong.
My name is Dan Rashkoff. I'm 35 years old. I'm born and raised in Lakeville, Connecticut, Air Force veteran, and I've been coming to the YMCA for about 5 years now. My whole life, on and off since high school, I was into weightlifting and running, and I've seen improvements in my overall physical fitness that I have not seen in a very long time. In my entire adult life, I really have not been stronger or in better shape in a lot of ways than I am right now, and I have the YMCA to thank for that. High school, I did cross country and wrestling, and I enjoyed both of them a lot. When I was a young kid, I was never really that great of an athlete, so finding sports in high school that I excelled in really boosted my self-confidence and just helped me out a lot. That was really the first time in my life I started really excelling in any kind of sports. In general, I'm much happier. I feel much more self-confident. I have more energy during the day. I sleep better than I did before. I just overall feel, better physically and mentally and emotionally. The winter time overall, it lowers my mood a little bit, so working out this time of year especially helps me a lot. Put me in a better mood and just have less of the winter blues. I highly recommend the Y to anybody out there.
My name is Lucas Holda. I'm 16 years old. I'm in 11th grade, and I live in Winstead.
My name is Rista Malanga. I'm Lucas's mother. 3 years ago, he was starting to kind of go down the wrong path. He just had a lot of free time in his hands and wasn't using it very productively.
I guess I did get in a little bit of trouble at school.
I'm a single mother. I work a full-time job, so I couldn't be home right at 2:30 to make sure he was home and doing the things he needed to do. So I started looking at how can we have more structure, after school. And I reached out and I said, what programs does the Y have?
I went from Torrington Youth Service Bureau to Winstead Youth Service Bureau. They liked me so much that they hired me directly this year. I have a lot of bikes and I like to take them apart. And so I figured if I start working here, I can learn how to put stuff together.
He's, really learned a lot of responsibility, a lot of time management, and is becoming a better person because of the YMCA.
Rob McKinnon, he's a great guy. He teaches me all sorts of stuff.
He has a lot of respect for Rob. I think Rob has a lot of respect for Lucas and, accepts Lucas for what he is, but doesn't try to change him or change his personality.
He teaches me how to learn all the tools, how to work on all of them, sweep, mop, whatever needs to be fixed. I love learning how to work on it, how to, use my hands, and it's a lot of fun.
Through the Y, he has learned about different job opportunities.
Probably in the future, I want to work for waterworks, do stuff with water. And so I think that having this job has taught me how to use these life skills in other careers.
I'm confident that Lucas has a place to go every day after school, and it makes me be able to work and have a more fulfilled life.
Yeah, my name is Greg Wicker. I'm 77 years old. I'm disabled, neuropathy of the feet and ankles, so I'm unsteady on my feet. I was put out of the room that I was living in, and so I was living in a motel on a credit card. I called the local help number, which is 211, and I was in relatively quickly. And I was glad to get out of that motel. I can't walk as much as I used to, and I have to work at building up my muscles down here in the gym. After I first came in, I was given a handicap room, which has grab bars in the bathroom, and I'm always grabbing them so I don't fall. I really feel that this place is perfect for me. I couldn't live alone. There was one time I was hospitalized for 3 months, and the room was taken care of, and floor mate, a friend of mine, was allowed in by staff to water my plant. It's a great location here in Torrington.
My name's Jennifer. I am 48 years old. I'm a single mother of 3. My daughter is in college in Long Island. My firstborn son, Kyle, has medical issues. He was adopted by a foster family early in life. I don't know exactly what his capabilities may be, but I do know that he's happy and thriving and safe, and that's what matters most. And my little guy, Donnie, will be 9 next Sunday. Donnie is he's on the autism spectrum. He's excellent with math and puzzles and wants to be an engineer. I've worked in healthcare for about 10 years, but I've also worked in manufacturing and in sorting, picking, packing orders, things like that. I had some bad periods and some bad choices going on in my life, and for about a year, I had become an active addict again. I had a bad relapse, and I ended up pretty much burning every bridge I had, and I was living in my car. I went and I called the crisis line. I called 211. I went and sought treatment, and when I was released from there, I came back to that same car, and I had nowhere safe to go. And I was determined to rebuild my life and to stop making those same mistakes and to stay clean. I got a phone call from a temp service that I had worked for previously. They said, okay, we got a job for you. It's a pretty high rate of pay, but it's in Winstead. And I said the words, leap of faith, I'll take it. I'll figure it out. The very next day, I got a call to do the interview for the intake for here, for at the Winstead Y. I ended up here because I finally surrendered and continued to ask for help, and I was willing to take the chance. It still gives me chills. I felt relieved. I felt safe. I was very grateful. Just the fact that I could lay down flat and straight on a mattress was just beyond me. I'm like, wow. Now I live in Torrington. Because of my stay here and because of the links that I had with all the community agencies, I was able to get a subsidized apartment in Torrington. I just believe that everything lined up because it happened like about a week before my 90 days was up. I didn't think that I would ever be able to have my own apartment and pay my own bills and be responsible and be okay with it.
It wasn't for the Y. I want to be really good at BMXing. I want to be #1 in the country, and I want to be as good as I am.
If it wasn't for the Y, parenting over the years would be a little more stressful. You know that they're safe and know that you're going to have an array of stories when you get home at night.
So if it wasn't for the YMCA, I would still be secluded, kind of. I wouldn't know all these amazing people, like people from the Service Bureau.
For me, if it wasn't for the Y, I wouldn't be as health conscious as I am, and I wouldn't be as healthy and strong as I am.
If it wasn't for the Y, quite simply, I would not be feeling nearly as good physically, mentally, or emotionally as I do now. I would not have the level of physical fitness that I have currently obtained. No, I would not be nearly as self-confident, and I would not be nearly as healthy or as happy.
If it wasn't for the YMCA, I'm not sure where we would be right now.
If it wasn't for the Y, I don't think that I would be as productive as I am. It makes me really grateful for the things that I have and I'm just really glad that I've been able to learn a lot of new things.
If it wasn't for the Y, I wouldn't have any place to live. I wouldn't be able to make it on my own. Not only is it a place to live, but I've got all the support that I need to be self-sustaining.
If it wasn't for the Y, I would probably still be homeless, and I'm sure that I would have relapsed, and I probably would not be seeing my son. I would not have been able to rebuild my life. And I wouldn't have been reintroduced to me.